likes this map. It's really nice. Just mass up, and also it fits his style. We can remember that he was going. Mass Zerglings are actually really good on this map because think about like all the.
And you lag out like every. Oh, the game is lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging a little bit.
Okay, let's pause the game, dude. Okay, maybe Yoko or Luin.
Luin.
Maybe we should pause the game. Can you pause the game?
You are. Ability to pause games.
Okay, so it looks like Robbie was the lagger. Robbie?
I don't even know who that was.
I don't know who Robbie is. I don't know who Yoko is. But oh well. It's gonna be fine. Everything is running smooth now.
Anyway,
So,
we have a TPC on Scrap Station. Again, we have very, very long rush distances. We have to make these U-shaped pathings just to get to the player's base. But we, as mid and end game starts to develop, these destructible rocks get destroyed, and now we have very, very short push distances, directional ways to get to each other's base. I think is extremely hard to wall. Then we might expect a Baneling bust as well, because the wall is the ramp, is so big. You have to buy depots in the early beginning if you want to wall off. You can actually get like a barracks, a factory, carport up all at the same time, and that will hold everything completely. But I don't think we'll see any Baneling busts because Zerg has opted to go for a 14. And the spawning pool is being put down, so right now, as we can see, LucifroN just getting a Marine, actually, not opting to get that tech lab, and as we've seen before, constantly, and he's getting his second gas. So I think we might be some sort of early air, maybe early drop, some sort of very, very high tech build, because this isn't developed right now to defend against any rushes. Excuse me. So very standard play so far by both of them. Not really seeing any deviations. You see the fast factory being put down. And these tractors are being put up by Zerg.
So we didn't see any fast drone rush from for this time.
No.
I don't know if that cost like it. I think like he got 2 SV kills and
he
a
got
gas
1
steal,
SV.
but he took them out so fast, those drones, and like the faster you take out workers from your mineral line, the more it's gonna hurt your economy. But yeah, no drone rush this. Maybe in some of the next games, if they're gonna be next games.
But we do see a double factory build. Wow, this is very, very interesting. So he's going to be getting the tech labs on the factory, going to be getting it's a really funny name, the Infernal Pre-Igniter. So he's going to be that Infernal Pre-Igniter pretty soon, and going to be massing on Hellions, because we do see a reactor core going. And this is when the time where HayprO really needs to start going Roach Warren. And we do see Warren finally being put down, not before the SCV was able to see it. The scouting SCV was able to see the Roach Warren go down. And I think that's going to be very detrimental. Oops, sorry.
Oh god. That's okay, it's hard to control the camera view. But what did you call those Helions?
Excuse me?
What did you call those Helions?
What
The
did I
knight?
call them?
You said a funny name.
I don't know.
Okay.
Literally, I'm probably like not even. I probably can't even talk.
Okay.
No, I haven't been drinking.
Okay.
Anyway,
Wait.
Roachborn is up. I don't see any masks on the roaches yet. Let me go ahead and check. Yeah, roaches are being put up. Excuse me. And the better part, this Destructible Rocks is new to the map. It now cuts off one of the exits to the expansion. So over here, all he has to do is defend this area now and shove all of his roaches over there to defend against these upcoming Hellions. We do see that these Hellions right now are being pushed up, and I think they're not going to be able to do enough damage. The roaches are up there, going to be able to intercept some of the Hellions. Hellions do get in, but the Queen is, of course, followed. And wow, the Igniters are up, so they're three-shotting all of the drones. Really, really nice play. But these Hellions are taking tons of to all these roaches. Meanwhile, the roach count is going up extremely, and the Hellions really need tons of damage, because if they don't, I don't know what LucifroN will do to stop this counterattack. You know, if all of this pressure is relieved, pretty soon, when the roaches aggregate
to
together.
expansion as well.
Yeah, but again, they're not going to be able to do a lot of damage. A little bit of multitask blunder right there. He wasn't targeting the drones, he was targeting the roaches, and now I think there's going to be a ginormous roach push right now. These roaches are just going to obliterate anything that LucifroN can do, and as soon as these extra, Reapers get picked off, of course. But yeah, these two should be brought down. Wow, these are so fast. I love these little toy cars.
Toy cars. So, like, this harassment from LucifroN, even though he's not getting as much as he should, is really picking up HayprO. I mean, before he had his resources, he had up to like 1,000 minerals. Definitely not macroing well enough. But he's just gonna close off the choke. Now, not gonna let any more Helions come in.
Yeah, and now looking back at LucifroN's base, he's forced to go 2 factories. Now he has to back-tech to barracks. So he's back-teching, getting 3 barracks, just to be able to survive against. Look at how many freaking roaches there exist. So all of these roaches really threaten so much. And wow, oh my goodness! So actually, LucifroN is actually expanding. That's a lot of I would say, very bold move of LucifroN. And all of these roaches are coming up, gonna be able to apply pressure. I think HayprO should just say, screw those Hellions that are trying to run by and trying to, divert my attention elsewhere. I'm going to use these roaches to deal massive damage to your main. But I don't think he's actually coming up. He's just going to try to take down this Destructible Rock, go in and kill the command center. But we can see more harass going down. And again, these units are going to be picked off. Not before killing a good 2 drones so far. Still not worth it. Another Hellion goes down. So really, really cost inefficient. And look at this, 3 queens. Holy crap!
Wow.
I have never seen 3 queens per a hive or a hatchery. Excuse me. But these 10 roaches were able to come in and deny this command center, really. And this command center is probably going to go down. Yeah, all the roaches are going to be picked off, though. Well, a good amount of roaches are going to be picked off. Just about 5 roaches get picked off. And we think finally coming into the fray. I like the tank here. I think he should have gotten tanks much earlier because he had this add-on for so long. He didn't need, let's say, 3 of these. He only needed maybe 2. But the tank does wonderful damage. Look at this, 25 damage to roaches. Excuse me. So very, very sufficient amount of damage done to roaches, and they attack pretty fast. So now we see another switch. Look at this. Really, really like this Zergling switch. So now he's been going roaches for so long, and he's like, okay, go roaches, or you want to go roaches? I'm going to go marauders and counter your roaches. But now he's saying, okay, I'm anticipating that he's going to be going mass marauders. Let me go ahead and make tons and tons of Zerglings, and just abuse now this mobility of his army. And now he can come up here and pressure on this area right here. And now, or he could just stay pressure on his main, or he can pressure up here and then pressure over here. So there's so much mobility tricks that you can do with the Zerg army when you have this composition. But he actually is staying on roaches, excuse me, and he is opting his expansion in the natural position, and I like this a lot because he saw the tank, knows that this tank is very positional, and going out here and making it such that you can make bigger arcs instead of clumping up. Like here, units would just clumped up, and the tank would just fire on this roach, and it kills or it attacks multiple roaches. Here, there's huge arcs, so the tank, in essence, you're decreasing the potential of the tank to do damage. Anyway, we see just overlords all over the map, just making sure that the expansions are okay. Oh, I'm sorry, we had a Mutalisk switch. I didn't even notice this. We had a Mutalisk switch. He did get the Spire up. Mutalisk switch going to be able to take down some units, not before the Thor chases it away. Excuse me. And this SCV, the mineral field, hasn't been saturated by SCVs yet. This bare minimal SCVs. We have 8 SCVs on minerals right now in his main. So definitely putting all of his what's called his mana from the orbital commands into tools, and that's really hurting him in terms of scouting abilities. Still 2 queens. I'm not sure why he got so many queens, but it doesn't really matter. If we look at the tab right now, we can see 58 drones, or excuse me, 56 drones for HayprO, and for LucifroN we have a measly 18 SCVs. So definitely a huge macro difference. Yeah, a little bit of harass coming with these Mutalisks. That's why the SCV count was hindered quite a lot. But now LucifroN's probably last hurrah attack come, and I think, wow, look at all of these units. We have, where is it? 38 Zerglings, and we have 21 roaches. And look at this, infest. Going to be able to do a neural parasite on the Thor once it gets up there. So definitely tons and tons of damage going to be able to do. And the neural parasite off. Oh my goodness! And they're trying to come in and kill that what's it called? The infest. It does go down, but not before. Excuse me. The other Thor dies. So now one Thor against, or excuse me, 2 Thors against all of these mass units, and I don't see how LucifroN can come back into this game. He's just so far behind macroeconomically, and oh my god, look at all of these units that are just funneled back in. We still have 1 hatchery, 2, 3 hatcheries, but of course we have the associated queens, and now he's getting the high yield mineral. And this force is coming in, and I don't see how LucifroN is going to be able to do any of this. And he GG's. Good game. Wow. Really, really brilliant play by HayprO. Just taking that economically, able to ward off all the Hellions that they really weren't being economically efficient with anything. And, you know, HayprO just pulls ahead drastically with that, takes his 3rd, and then just macros for the win.
Yeah, definitely a really good game. LucifroN's strategy obviously didn't work out. Those Helions didn't do enough damage, and then HayprO finally got roaches, which is totally countering Helions, and then he just slowly secured his expansion, getting drones, and then he even managed to slow down LucifroN's expansion by killing it. And then transition into a Mutalisk was beautiful, and I heard you didn't notice it, but he actually managed to kill like 8 SCVs at his expansion before he fought off the Tor. Oh, the sound got lag. Okay.